Kingdom Season 6 Episode 9 is here. Mouten is standing on business, showing Ousen how it's done. Obviously, Ousen knew what was going on too, but the fact that Mouten was even able to predict how the board would play out the same as Ousen is insane. Bananji knows no king, but the king in the north whose name is Roboku. Ouhon's time to shine has arrived and he did not disappoint. And of course, the most important scene of the episode. Yo Tanwes, not today buddy. Makou impaling someone with his glaive while holding them up in the air might be one of the most badass things I've ever witnessed. Nonchalant final boss. He even left his horse hoof in this poor bastard's chest. That's nasty work. I thought it was badass until he suffered an immediate aura loss talking to Mouten. Makou tried to sun him, only for Mouten to call out his exact strategy. That's embarrassing, but it doesn't change the fact that the wave attack he used was super effective. Since Jiao were being hit with multiple groups of soldiers in succession, it felt like Shin had an overwhelming advantage in numbers, which wasn't even true, but it demoralized them. The only one who knew the truth was Kisui, and so he didn't waste any time unveiling Makou's scheme, or rather, Ousen's scheme. So I guess it's an Ousen upscale. It's funny because Jiao had more numbers. After this attack, they were even, so Kisui lying was a smart move. Another Ousen upscale. Since Kisui's forces are still going strong, Bate is now hitting the Makou army's flank. Apparently right where Ousen wants them to be. Wow, what can't Ousen do? Be a loving father. Yet another Ousen upscale. Kisui is out here glazing him. What an eye for strategy, he says. It's not a Makou fate, it's an Ousen fate. It's not a Mouten fate, it's an Ousen fate. Forget what Mouten did with 5,000 soldiers. Ousen put them there in the first place, so the credit goes to him. At least somebody appreciates Mouten. And it's Ousen. He had so much belief in him that he offered Mouten the position of aide if he were to succeed on the left wing. The anime is a little more slick when it comes to this, but I prefer how the manga did it. It is made crystal clear that Mouten had the same vision as Ousen. Everything that has happened up to this point, Mouten knew as Ousen knew. Instead of being overjoyed at the prospect of joining Ousen's army, Mouten starts crashing out. Justice for his boy Ouhon, not my boy. Free his boy Ouhon. I can't lie, Akou looks like one cold MF. As soon as Ouhon hears that his daddy Ousen was the one that came up with this strategy to leave the Gyokyo unit out of the main offense, he said it was terrible. This man's hilarious. A commentary on daddy issues in Kingdom? Who would have thought? With the right wing battle finally about to start, the sea of soldiers was epic to witness. This combined with the soundtrack made me hype like no other. If there's one thing that we learned about Akou before saying anything, it is that he faces his enemies head on. No tricks up his sleeve. He throws down without care for anything else. You have to respect it. This is Ousen's first army commander. When I said without care for anything else, little did we know that also included anyone else. Akou's cavalry never slows down, cutting through even allies to advance forward. It might be cold-hearted, but an uninterrupted charge would be super powerful, and it makes this Akou upscale all the more believable that he has yet to lose a head-on clash. It might be just in my head, but I feel like every single time Bananji is on screen, he has to remind us that he's from the north. I actually love it. Game of Thrones vibes, Winterfell vibes, House Stark vibes, except it's Ganman and Roboku. Once again, the anime does not care for nicknames, but I have to mention it. Bananji's offensive power is known as the Iron Hammer of Wrath in the manga. I just can't ignore a good nickname. I was looking forward to seeing Bananji cook, but the anime dialed up its censoring compared to previous episodes. Where's this masterpiece? Faces being split in half, heads flying everywhere. I need it. Something that really surprised me was Bananji's use of tactics. He did not strike me at all as a man that favored anything else but martial might. Then again, he is Roboku's adjutant. With Bananji in the fray, Akou is in deep crap. Not long before Ouhon immediately defies orders and makes his move, penetrating Bananji's flank paws. I'll never get sick of Ouhon no-diffing enemies with his spear. Despite going against orders, Ouhon separating Bananji from the majority of his cavalry has created a juicy opportunity, a pincer attack in combination with Akou. I guess Akou can't really complain because Ouhon did get him out of a pickle, while at the same time put Bananji in a pickle of his own. Just when it looks like things are going Shin's way, Bananji, who should be charging forward, has suddenly turned around to attack Ouhon's detached unit. What a cliffhanger of doom. I hate doing this, but I have to. The anime has to give me a little more. Bananji looks way scarier in the manga. This is the level of fear that Hara was aiming for. All in all, decent episode. 8 out of 10. If you made it to the end, thank you for tuning in. Let me know what you guys thought of this week's episode in the comment section below. Also, it would mean a lot to me if you guys leave a like, share this video with a friend, and subscribe for more Kingdom videos like this.